This is Eber Phelps with a legislative update here as we come to a close on the 10th week of the legislative session. Big news this week was a continuation from last week, that being the wildfires that kind of ravaged our state. The House put a bill through on sort of fast track, went through the taxation committee, and it would provide sales tax exemptions on all those materials that the ranchers and farmers are needing to rebuild structures and fences that were burned up in those fires. There's hearings coming up next week on the Medicaid expansion, which the House has already passed. Just for your information, the Kansas has already lost about $1.7 billion by not expanding our Medicaid services here in the state. That's roughly $1.9 million a day each day that doesn't happen. Hopefully the Senate will put that through and the governor will sign it into law. They'll start those hearings on March 21st. Right now, the budget is big talk in the Senate. They're working on the rescission bill, making those adjustments to the 2017 budget bill that is for the current fiscal year. The House has already done that. I think the Senate will come through with something fairly similar. Earlier in the week, the House passed the Ad Astra Rural Jobs Act, which rewards investors that bring jobs to rural Kansas communities. That passed by a vote of 97-22. And one of the things that I would point out is there's some caveats in there that investors need to meet. So this is unlike the 2012 bill, that the tax bill that the governor pushed through that hasn't quite met the job creation that it was supposed to have. We heard from the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Nuss, with the state of the judiciary earlier this week. And one of the things that stood out is the pay scales, or at least the lack of pay raises that they've incurred there over the years. I believe it's been 8 years since court staff throughout the state has had a raise, and so our judiciary staff ranks last, I believe, in the United States for pay. So there is a concern there that we're losing some good people in those positions, and hopefully we can shore those up. We'll continue budget talks in the House as we move forward next week. And the House Appropriations Committee will start working on the 2018 budget. That's your update for this week, the 10th week of the session. Thanks for listening.